Hello and welcome to Twilight Sessions. My name is Prophet and this is my baby Sissy. This is Sissy right here. She is extremely sleepy today. But she wanted to be a part of today's video, so you just get to have a beautiful kitten in the background. Enjoy. Welcome to today's Twilight Sessions. Today we are doing a collective energy reading for what we need to know right now. In this current timeline, we are just beyond the Lionsgate portal, so it's still August 2025. This is a timeless reading, but there's still a lot of energy going on right now, and there's still a lot of change happening. So whether or not you're watching this in real time, so August 2025 or later, whatever it is that we're going through energetically right now, you are going through in your own way, in your own timeline. So you can know that this information will apply to you. We've got the Ace of Swords coming out, and this is the card of Archangel Michael's Sword of Truth. So whatever we're about to hear today is the truth. I'm going to shuffle that back into the deck. So we've got Archangel Michael here to protect us as always, and then we also have the Blessed Teacher Jesus here. And I do have a prayer candle lit today, just on the little altar in front of me, in between us. So you could just know that that's there. So if these energies are resonating with you, you are more than welcome in this space. And if these energies are new to you, stick around. They might be coming into your life right now for a reason, and there might be something interesting in this reading for you. So let's dive right in. What do we need to know right now about this shifting energy that's all around us? How can we ride these waves as best as we can? Nice. What does the collective need to know at this time? So starting off this reading, the Three of Pentacles popped out. And this is the card of community. And so this is telling me that we are a collective. So as I'm reading right now for a collective, you are a part of that collective. And you might be a part of this collective for just this moment, or it might be an ongoing relationship. This is a sacred space. This is a sacred community. This is a soul connection. This isn't just people who watch the same video. This is a much deeper, spiritual, what's the word? The word akashic is coming into my head, but that's not the word I'm looking for. It's not a karmic connection, but anyway, we have a deep soul connection. That's what I'm trying to get across here. Okay, yeah, we've got a spread. Oh, this is so crazy. Yeah, we've got the Sword of Truth coming out again. All right, so I'm actually seeing a lot of isolation. We have the Five of Pentacles coming out. The Four of Cups, also kind of an isolating card. And the Seven of Swords, which is also an isolating card about values and like, are you living by your values? So we'll just kind of start with the beginning. So what I'm seeing right now is that while we are in this beautiful sacred community of connection and like spiritual togetherness, right? So we're merging together as a spiritual community. You've got the Explorer of Swords in your head, and this is a voice that is loud and squawking and thinks it knows everything. And it can make you feel self-doubt. It can make you feel like you don't know what you're doing, or on the other side, it can feel kind of like an ego thing of like, I know more, I know what's best, right? You see this kind of crow just screaming off into the void. And so what this little crow is screaming is, it depends on what your inner voice is saying, which could be, I am so connected, I am so special and chosen, like, look at how wonderful I am. Or it could be the other way, which is like, who do I think I am? What do I think I'm doing? This kind of thing. But either way, those thoughts lead to feelings of isolation. And we've got the Four of Cups here, which is the card of isolation. So whether you have a voice that is bringing you down or a voice that is lifting you up, it is creating separation between you and the community around you. The other souls in your soul tribe, which in this moment happen to be me, but could be other people as well. Definitely are other people as well in your life and kind of beyond the veil as well. So whether you know them physically or spiritually, like that doesn't matter. But the thoughts, the voice in your head that's saying, I'm so great or I'm so awful, can make you feel doubt and feel disconnected from the love that surrounds you. But then we've got the Guardian of Wands coming out, and this is the Queen energy. And this is all about devotion and warmth. So we're going to read the little thing about this one because, I don't know, that's just what we're doing. So this card is about creating, when you create and care for something vibrant, you align with your inner guardian of wands. Just as the salamander tends to the fire, you are asked to fan the flames of what matter to you. Devote to your craft, your vision, your passion. What are you called to light up the night? Sorry, where are you called to light up the night? So this card is the balm for that feeling of isolation. This card is telling us to focus on what feels good. So I loved the words acts of devotion. This has been coming up this month for me a lot, which is when are you consciously practicing your spirituality? And meditation is a good way to do that. Prayer is a good way to do that. Any kind of movement that you infuse with spirituality, right? Like there's so many ways. One thing that I love to do recently is I've been baking sourdough bread because I finally caught up to the sourdough bread baking, fad that started in 2020. And I started this year. But I have made that into a spiritual practice. So I bake a loaf about every 2 weeks, and I like to plan it with the moon if I can, and I make it kind of like the sacred full day process, and I get very intentional when I make the bread, and I clean the kitchen and, bless the countertops and bless every tool and that kind of thing. So anyway, that's just one example of a spiritual practice, a devotional practice, and it feels very nourishing and wholesome. Yes, so whatever it is that you're feeling called to do. But this card is reminding you to pursue that. So again, it's not about what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. So I make bread, but I also write. And so I like to set aside some time every day to play guitar and to write. And I make that part of my devotional practice. So that's for you to kind of think about. And it is completely up to you. There is no right or wrong, because how God asks you to show up is between you and God. So we've got the Seven of Swords coming up, and this is a card that has been coming up really regularly on this channel, and it is all about hiding things. It's about being inauthentic. It's about not feeling comfortable to express your true self and kind of making up disguises. And in this instance, or in this reading, we're being called to question the motives. And so if you're feeling protective of yourself, right, so you're having to put on a mask to protect yourself, that's okay. But are you putting on a mask to make yourself look better? Are you putting a mask to make yourself feel smarter or more, worthy or something like that? Are you putting a crown on to make yourself better than other people? Right? So this is what this card is asking. And I'm feeling there's a connection between the kind of mistruths that you might have slipped into, paired with the Explorer of Swords, the kind of squawking head over here, and then the Four of Cups, which is making you feel isolated. And so there's this connection between the lies that you're telling yourself or the world, which again might have started as a protective mechanism, but might also now have taken on kind of a darker, less honest meaning. And it's not even about being deceptive, it's just you're not being authentically yourself. And it's not necessarily to take advantage of anything. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not necessarily because you have bad intentions, but in this reading, we're talking about coming back to the self and connecting to community. And you can't do that when you're lying to yourself and those around you. So then we've got the Tower coming out, and I mean, it seems silly to even say it that we get this card all the time, because we get this card all the time, but we get this card all the time. So the Tower's coming up again, which is telling me that at this time, in this phase of our lives, these structures that have been in place our entire lives are falling still, or have just fallen. So this card happened, like, I don't even remember how many times during the Lionsgate readings that I did, but like, it was basically every day for the last week of the Lionsgate portal. We had the Tower, so I guess it's still happening. But as always, when I find this card in a reading, I'd like to remind you that yes, there is destruction. Yes, there is a crumbling of the way things are or used to be, but this is an opportunity to build again. This is an opportunity to build with intention. This is an opportunity to look at the foundation and decide if it's even what you wanted to have built in the first place, or do you want something else completely? So the Tower is coming down, and what I'm seeing paired with the Seven of Swords is that as the Tower comes down, the lies that you have been living, intentionally or unintentionally, consciously or unconsciously, are also going to crumble. Because where we are headed, like with this Three of Pentacles here, you can't hide who you really are when everybody understands who you really are. So the lies that you tell yourself won't make sense anymore. Nobody is going to understand why you're lying, because they know who the true you is. And with the Three of Pentacles, the loving energy around you is a loving energy. So you don't have to worry about being accepted or not accepted, because by definition, you will be accepted. And you will find the people who love you for exactly who you are. Yeah, and then the Five of Pentacles was popping out as well, so that's like another isolating, lonely card. So that's nice. But all of that's going away. So what can we do to foster a honest, authentic connection with ourselves and then express that to the world? Oh, nice. Okay, cool. All right. Sorry. Just organizing everything. Oh my goodness. Okay. Holy cow. Wow, this is quite the spread. Okay. So, we've got the Devil coming up. We've got the Devil, we've got the Devil, Temperance, the Magician, the World, and the Eight of Swords. So, crazy, huge energy. So it's kind of no wonder, I don't know about you, but I have been feeling kind of like this crazy energy all around. And it's not bad, it's just chaotic, and it's change, and it's subtle. It's funny because it's like chaotic and subtle at the same time, which seems like an oxymoron. So we've got the Devil coming up, and this is paired with the Explorer of Swords, which is the Knight, by the way. So we've got these two energies. So this is the, we've got the Devil underneath. And this is talking to me about old ways of being, right? So the thoughts in your head that may be telling you you're better than everybody else or you're worse than everybody else, but either way, it's making you feel isolated and alone. These are the product of the Devil. And the Devil is, obviously we've got addictions and things that keep you tied to the past. So the thoughts that have been in your head were probably given to you by somebody else. So somebody along the way taught you, and this is like societal, somebody, not Probably not like an actual one person, although it could have been one person, but more likely it was just the environment around you taught you to either speak to yourself in a negative way to bring yourself down, or in a egotistical way to make yourself feel better. So whatever it is, it's still the devil energy, and it's making you feel trapped in this old way of being. And that's the feeling of isolation and like this kind of crow that's needing to make yourself feel better by either saying you deserve this, you should be alone because you suck so much, or like I'm so much better than everybody else, no one can keep up with me, but you still feel alone. So the devil is pointing that there is still unhealed wounds that are continuing, that like are festering in your mind, kind of like like an infected cut or something like that. Like it can't heal properly. But don't worry, because temperance is coming up to tell you how to heal it, which is temperance, right? So this is learning to cool the mind, to still the mind, right? So when you have these thoughts that are either I hate myself or I, am aggrandizing myself in like an egotistical, unhealthy way, you need to cool the mind. So taking a deep breath, calming down, coming back to center to say, is this true? And then find the middle path. So, right, you don't want to be the ice, but you also don't want to be the fire. You want to be the steam in between. So this is coming back to mindfulness. This is coming back to learning to recognize when you're having an old thought, like an old thought pattern repeating itself, and then like stopping it in its tracks and just letting it go. It's not even about judging it to say, oh, I shouldn't have these thoughts, I should do better. Like, no, it's not about that at all. Temperance is just recognizing it and moving on. So you don't have to worry about that. The magician is telling me that you have all the tools that you need. 100%, 100% you know what to do. The magician has everything they need to get the job done. This is the card of potential, pure potential. And the world is coming up directly after that. And the world is the last card in the major arcana. It's card number 21. And it marks the end, like the completion of a cycle. And this makes sense because I know, and I think you know, that since you're here watching this reading, which is taking place at this kind of crazy time between the end and the beginning, right? So like we ended something with Lionsgate, we ended the way things were, and we're going into something else next, but like I don't know what that looks like because I haven't been there yet, but the world is representing that completion. So the old world has been completed. We are done now. It has been tied off with a little bow, like sent off, like it's got the postage and everything, it's all done now. And so the world is saying, it's done. It is done. And with the magician, I'm seeing that with the world, obviously the next card that comes after the world is the Fool again. And the magician is telling me that you learned all the lessons from the old world. You learned everything that you needed to from the way things were. And so when the tower is coming down, you don't have to worry about grabbing anything because everything that you need will come with you. So you don't have to worry about losing anything in the fall because you already have it. It's already inside of you, whether you know it right now or not. I'm hearing like DNA, like your DNA is being activated. I don't know, I keep hearing that term and I'm like, okay, sure. So maybe your DNA is being activated, I don't know. But either way, it's the stuff that you need moving forward will not be taken away from you. So that's great. All right, so then we've got the Eight of Swords, and we get this one regularly too. And this one is feeling stuck and being in limiting beliefs. So this is, again, about restrictive thoughts. Like this is coming back to the beginning of the reading. Yeah, so it's all about mental fog, not being clear, and this card is falling right beneath the tower. And so kind of how I'm reading this is maybe you didn't see the fall coming because you were so like enmeshed in the world as it used to be that when like you didn't see the storm coming because you were in the fog, and so you didn't like the clouds coming overhead you didn't notice them because you were already in the dark. But again, everything you need is coming with you because of the world. So the next few cards in the deck here are the Three of Cups and the Ten of Cups and the Eight of Wands. So this is like a really sweet way to end the reading. So this is our final message. So get ready. Final message coming in. So with the Three of Cups, I'm seeing connecting back to your community. This is a card of celebration. And it really is like the emotional aspect of connection. Whereas the Three of Pentacles, which is what this whole spread started with, is like that there's like a physical aspect, but there's also like a very spiritual aspect, especially in this channel, on this channel, and in my deck and in my practice. When I see the Three of Pentacles, it is a spiritual connection, but then this is like the emotional connection. So you've got emotional fulfillment coming in the form of community. And then we've got the Ten of Cups, which is the card of celebration and wishes coming true. So that's wonderful. And the Eight of Wands is telling me that this is all coming in quickly. And we don't have to wait very long. So right now we are in a time of transition. It's true. The tower is coming down, and we're still healing all of those little bits of ourselves that are still feeling the devil, the pull of the devil keeping us in the past, the voice in our head that's saying you suck or you're awesome or whatever. But the message here is that all of those things are ending, and you can take as long as you want and need. You have an opportunity to make it expedient. The energy right now is, I don't know what, there's a cat doing something in somewhere. I wonder what they're doing. Anyway, right now is a time to get this done quickly. So you don't have to take years to heal this stuff. You can if you want to. Of course, the choice is always yours. You have free will. But at this time, the energies that are surrounding you are conducive to quick healing. So that's beautiful. And so as soon as you're ready to embrace the Three of Cups and the Ten of Cups and just bring in all of that sweet, loving energy, it's there for you. It's all there for you. And then we've got the Wheel of Fortune as well. And this is also telling me, and it was the Eight of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune were right next to each other. And so this is telling me that like the wheel is spinning quickly. So time might be speeding up for you. So what might have taken years will now take months or weeks, maybe even days or hours, depending on what it is. And so anything you put your mind to right now will be supercharged. And this comes back to the Guardian of Wands energy, the Queen of Wands energy that we had earlier, which is all about devotion, and like finding things that like really light you up and make you want to create and show up every single day. So that's your message for today. Thank you so much for being here. It was so much fun to read for you. And yeah, we're in crazy times. I will be continuing to do readings for this collective. So if you felt connected to this reading, please like subscribe to the channel. And that way you can get more readings, because I will be doing continual readings that kind of build on each other. So if you're new here, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. It's so lovely to have you as always. It is truly an honor. Yeah, I look forward to working with you. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you, Archangel Michael and Jesus, for guiding, healing, blessing, and protecting us. And with that, I'm going to go because there are cats fighting in the kitchen. So have a wonderful day. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And until then, blessed be and peace go with you. Bye.